Welcome to this midweek meditation. I'm Jerry Akin at Pierce Chapel. In the Gospel of John, chapters 14 through 17, Jesus gives what is often referred to as the final discourse. He knows that he's going to be arrested later that evening, and then he's going to be tried and crucified, dead and buried. He will rise from the dead, but then he will ascend into heaven. And so before all of this takes place, he's having this very deep, very serious discussion with his disciples. You may be familiar with some of the things that he says there. This is where he makes the statement, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." He also makes the statement here in this final discourse, "I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he will bear much fruit." So this is a very important conversation. But one of the things that Jesus says in the course of this conversation is, "I no longer call you servants. You are now my friends." And he goes on to say that if you're friends with me, the world is going to treat you the way they treat me. Just as they've rejected me, they're going to reject you because you are my friend. And we like to think of Jesus as our friend. We say, Jesus is my friend. We sing songs. What a friend we have in Jesus. But is Jesus truly your friend? I want to challenge you with that today. Because if we think about what a friendship is, it means that it's someone that we can confide in. We can be vulnerable with. We can be painfully honest with. Do you have that type of relationship with Jesus? For someone to be considered a good friend, we have to know a lot about them. We have to spend time with them. We have to be invested in that relationship. Are you a friend of Jesus? If you are a friend with somebody, you will probably even take on some of their characteristics or habits or maybe even their lingo. I remember in high school, there was a group of guys who were all on the baseball team together. They all had the same haircut. They all wore similar clothes. They laughed at the same jokes. They had the same slang that they used. And if you saw this guy over here, you kind of knew that he was probably friends with this guy over here, just based on the way they act, the way they dress, the way they behave. Now, I'm not saying that Christians should all look alike and dress alike and anything like that. But I am saying that if we are all in close friendship with Jesus, then the personality, the character of Christ should be evident in us. So that when people see us, they say, "Oh, that guy or that girl, she must be a close friend of Jesus." It's a wonderful thing to consider Jesus our friend, to have that companionship, to have that trust. But Jesus does give that warning. If you're friends with me, people should see it. And if they do see it, the world at large is going to reject you because they have rejected me. So, what kind of rejection have you experienced because of your friendship with Jesus? If you haven't experienced any, that may be a good indication that your friendship isn't quite as strong as it should be. What a friend we do have in Jesus if we step into that friendship. He invites us. He doesn't want to call you just his servant, but his friend. May we all open ourselves up to that relationship and experience true friendship